Valiant in war was Jesus, the son of Nave, who was successor of Moses among the prophets, who was great according to his name, very great for the saving the elect of God, to overthrow the enemies that rose up against them, that he might get the inheritance for Israel. How great glory did he gain when he lifted up his hands and stretched out swords against the cities! Who before him hath so resisted? For the Lord himself brought the enemies. Was not the sun stopped in his anger, and one day made as two? He called upon the Most High Sovereign when the enemies assaulted him on every side, and the great and holy God heard him by hailstones of exceeding great force. He made a violent assault against the nations of his enemies, and in the descent he destroyed the adversaries, that the nations might know his power, that it is not easy to fight against God. And he followed the mighty one. And in the days of Moses he did a work of mercy, he and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, in standing against the enemy and withholding the people from sins, and appeasing the wicked murmuring. And they too, being appointed, were delivered out of the danger from among the number of 600,000 men on foot, to bring them into their inheritance, into the land that floweth with milk and honey. And the Lord gave strength also to Caleb, and his strength continued even to his old age, so that he went up to the high places of the land, and his seed obtained it for an inheritance, that all the children of Israel might see that it is good to obey the holy God. Then all the judges, every one by name, whose heart was not corrupted, who turned not away from the Lord, that their memory might be blessed, and their bones spring up out of their places, and their name continue forever, the glory of the holy men remaining unto their children. Samuel the prophet of the Lord, the beloved of the Lord his God, established a new government and anointed princes over his people. By the law of the Lord he judged the congregation, and the God of Jacob beheld, and by his fidelity he was proved a prophet. And he was known to be faithful in his words, because he saw the God of light, and called upon the name of the Lord Almighty, in fighting against the enemies who beset him on every side, when he offered a lamb without blemish. And the Lord thundered from heaven, and with a great noise made his voice to be heard. And he crushed the princes of the Tyrians, and all the lords of the Philistines. And before the time of the end of his life in the world, he protested before the Lord and his anointed, money or anything else, even to a shoe, he had not taken of any man, and no man did accuse him. And after this he slept, and he made known to the king, and showed him the end of his life. And he lifted up his voice from the earth in prophecy, to blot out the wickedness of the nation.